Hey there folks, today I'm coming to you with another video that's kind of about my MacBook Pro that I got a couple of weeks ago, and I'm just doing a video to demonstrate some things that I've done to integrate the MacBook Pro into my workflow and how I've come up with a solution to kind of share it with my desktop resources. Now this is my desk area. Kind of a beat up old desk that I've had for a long time. It was actually my wife's before we got married, and I'm using it. Right now you'll see there's two keyboards and two different mice on the desk, and that's because I've designed a way to be able to quickly go back and forth between using the MacBook Pro, which is over here in the stand, and my desktop PC. The PC box is actually down below there. I've actually got another laptop, a Sony Vaio, that I bought last year, which is of course a PC-based desktop. Yeah, this switch here in the corner next to the left speaker is called a KVM switch, and basically I can just hit a button and it will switch back and forth between the MacBook Pro over here and my desktop PC, which is underneath the desk down here, and it will send the video output from the MacBook Pro to my 24-inch Samsung monitor here, and it will then if I hit the switch, it will go back to the video and the audio from my PC. So it's pretty nifty solution here. I'm really liking it. It's you know, I've bought a couple other accessories to make this work, like the wireless Apple keyboard, which you will see laying on top of the desk, with a laptop mouse there. Basically, that enables me to put the MacBook Pro in this arc stand and have the clamshell shut, and still have a keyboard to use with it. When I switch over then to the PC, then I just use my PC Microsoft keyboard and this larger Logitech mouse that I've got. So let me go ahead and show you a little bit more about how all this works. Okay, so here's my MacBook Pro. As you can see, again, it's sitting in the ARC stand, which is a standard Apple accessory. They don't make it, another company makes it, but Apple sells it in their retail stores, as well as it's available on the online Apple Store. And it's a slick little overly expensive piece of art slash utility tool to mount the MacBook Pro on the desktop, and in doing so maximize desk space. Now next to that you can see the KVM switch here, and we'll talk more about that in a second. Here's the Apple wireless keyboard there with a mouse that I've got hooked up to the Apple, and as you can see, I've got my desktop keyboard below that, and I can just slide this drawer in and out if I want to go back and forth. So that's pretty handy. But let me just kind of show you how this setup works. Right now, as you can see, I'm on my PC. This is close iTunes here. This is my Windows 7 desktop. That should be pretty familiar to any Windows 7 users out there. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go over here and hit the KVM switch to switch 2. And you can see that the monitor blinks, and just like that, we're now using my MacBook. Isn't that slick? Again, I'll just hit that switch again. Switch 1. And now I'm back to the PC side. So now I can go back and forth between the two platforms and applications that I have on each very, very easily. And if I want to take the MacBook upstairs, all I have to do is unplug a couple of wires up at the top there and just grab it and go. It's recharging as we speak, so it's got a constant source of power. If I ever grab it, the battery will always be at 100%. So this is a really nice solution because I've got, again, most of my photo editing tools and my video editing tools that I use are now on my MacBook Pro. I do have CS5, Photoshop CS5 installed on my desktop, of course, and there's still a couple of applications that I use. QuickBooks, for example, I haven't gotten the Apple version of that. The way things are going, I do anticipate probably in the next year I'll get a desktop Mac. Probably just go ahead and make the full transition. But for right now, I wanted a solution that would allow me to still be able to use my desktop, my PC desktop, and use my MacBook Pro at the same time. And this will kind of help me over the next year really decide if I fully want to make that transition to the Mac OS or if I still want to continue to run two different platforms. So this will be very flexible for me to help me make that decision, and if I do, it'll also help me to transition. So just wanted to mention that. For those of you that are wondering, this little thin Apple wireless keyboard, it's Bluetooth. This is fantastic. Really like this. It'll also sync to an iPhone, by the way. I've been able to sync it to my iPhone and use it very successfully. So if you want to just grab it and go, I mean, it'll fit in a woman's purse. If you want the capability to be able to type emails and respond to emails, but you don't want to bring a full-size laptop with you, this is a nice solution in that regard. You can just grab that and use it with the iPhone. There again is that KVM switch. Let's see if I can zoom in on that a little bit better. Okay, there's a better shot of that KVM switch. It's made by a company called IOGear. Bought it online. I think I got it from Amazon, and it was about $130 delivered, I think. And this is just what they call a 2-channel KVM switch. They make them in 4-channel too, so you could actually share 4 devices if you needed to. And again, the purpose of this is just to route the audio, the video, everything, all the output from one machine and the monitor, so that the audio and video output from one machine can be going to a central location. You hit the switch 1 or switch 2 and you go back and forth, and when you hit the other switch, the audio and the video from the second machine now is going to the output that you designate. So you can share a large monitor like I've done here. You can share the desktop speakers, so it works pretty well. I'm really happy. Now I'm able to use my MacBook Pro just like a second desktop, which is really what I wanted to do. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope this gives you some ideas of some things that you can do with your workstation at home, and how you do your workflow. Take care, God bless, and we will see you in the next video.